Hi there, I'm Mike. What I have for you today is a special sort of quickie video talking about the things that got announced today. I just wanted to do a quick video. I don't even have my full setup going. I'm not even using a better microphone. I just set my camera up and I'm going to talk at it for a little while. So this morning, early in the morning, Hasbro did a Luke, I Am Your Father's Day. That's not what it was called. I know that's not even the line, but it's not Father's Day. This Sunday isn't even Father's Day. Father's Day is next Sunday. So get your dad something, get yourself something if you're a dad, or don't. I don't know. I'm not your dad. But nevertheless, we got some Star Wars news today. So we got some reveals. So I wanted to go over those and give you my thoughts on them briefly here. As briefly as I can condense a 40-minute video. Before we get into it too much, I do want to say that pretty much all of these things that we're going to talk about go up for pre-order tomorrow, and that's Thursday the 10th. I'm recording this on Wednesday the 9th. That's 1 p.m. Eastern, but 10 a.m. Pacific. That's where I live. So that's what I care about. That's how I experience the world. Also, before you ask, if I say Black Series, that's a 6-inch figure. If I say Vintage Collection, that's a 3.75-inch figure. I don't collect those, but I'm still going to talk about them because a lot of people care about that. I'm just not one, but I still am going to talk about it. First, speaking of which, we got some Vintage Collection reveals. I don't know if this is going to make you happy. Honestly, it's really tough to read you guys sometimes. Sometimes you're super amped, sometimes you're not. I can't really get a beat on it. But first, they talked about the fans' choice vote that won. That's the Republic Commando. I really personally hope we get this at some point in the Black Series. But if we don't, that's fine too. I'll get over it somehow. But it looks great. Again, pre-orders start tomorrow for that. And that's going to be a Disney Shop exclusive or a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. I guess and, not or. It's both. They also talked about the Hoth Rebel Soldier. So if you're really into that or you didn't get one, they're re-releasing it. And that has the new updated face printing. So that's going to be nice as well. From there, they actually took a break from the Vintage Collection for a while, but we do go back to it. So don't be too sad. Next, they talked about the Archive Series releases for the Black Series. This is the final Archive Series release of the year. They said that. Not ever, just the year. So take that as you will. But first, we're getting a re-release, of course, because everything is re-released in the Archive line. That's the whole point of it. And I guess before we get into it, if you are tired of seeing re-releases, not everything's about you. Some people miss these things. Some people like myself who've been collecting since the line started want these as updates to their figures because we want better face printing to match with what's currently coming out. So if you're tired of seeing repacks and re-releases, just enjoy the break and save your money. I guess don't whine about it. We're getting Princess Leia. Now, this is the third Princess Leia that we've gotten released in there. And the first one came out in 2016 as part of the regular numbered line. Then they updated it a little bit for the 2017 40th anniversary of A New Hope. And that one actually has a little bit better face sculpt, like a whole new face sculpt, because the first one wasn't great. This one is taking one of those two and updating it with the photoreal face painting. The problem here is it looks like, to me, the first one, not the second one. The second one looks like Carrie Fisher. The first one doesn't. Next, they showed off something that I've been wanting for a while, and that is an update to the Episode 3 Obi-Wan Kenobi, this Revenge of the Sith version. This is another figure that came out back in 2014 in Phase 1, like the third wave of figures ever, I think. He isn't good. It's just not a good figure. The face is terrible. The body's terrible. And this way, they are updating the face to have, better face printing, but it's not a new sculpt, which is weird because they did a new sculpt with Luke Skywalker, the Bespin Luke Skywalker. So it's kind of weird they didn't do that with this because they got released at the same time in the same wave. So it's weird how one got special treatment and the other one didn't. So not only do we not have a cool new, completely new head sculpt, we still have that same old terrible body. And yes, I am body shaming him because he's not good. Next, we're getting a re-release of the Order 66 501st Clone Trooper, Phase 2 Clone Trooper. This is originally part of the Entertainment Earth exclusive Order 66 pack. It came with 4 different Clone Troopers. I bought one, back when it first came out. I passed on buying a second one for cheaper, and I kind of regret that because obviously you can army build these. I will say that's not the best body that he's on, that Clone Trooper body they used. It's not like a Captain Rex or a Commander Bly or even the newer sculpt. It's very limited in its movement. And then lastly, we are getting a re-release of Darth Revan. As far as I can tell, there's no changes other than maybe a little saturation, they said. The colors are going to be a little bit deeper or something like that, but I can't tell the difference. I'm colorblind anyway. I have one on my shelf. I don't need another one, so I'm looking forward to not having to buy 4 figures. But that's all for the archive line. Next, we're getting into the good stuff, starting with arguably my favorite announcement of the entire day, is that Bodhi Rook. We're finally getting a Bodhi Rook. Bodhi is the last member of the Rogue One squad we've needed for a long time. He's been on every wishlist video I've pretty much ever made, ever. So I'm going to look forward to getting him off that list and into my car. The face printing on him looks great. He comes with like the hose accessories. I mean, it's fine. He's exactly what I want him to be to complete that line. And they also showed off Rogue One packaging, which is, I think, sort of an aquamarine color. I don't know. I'm colorblind. I can't really tell. I'm not going to be bothered to go back and look, but it looks good. And then they're doing that just like the same way they did the Rebels, where they're introducing a new character and then going back to a whole sort of crew and re-releasing them in this new packaging with, you know, better face sculpts. And that's something that I am looking forward to. So, oh, real quick, I forgot to mention that all of the re-released Rogue One figures and Bodhi Rook are all fan channel exclusive. That means that pretty much anywhere that's not Target or Walmart will get them. Big Bad Toy Store, Dorkside Toys, Hasbro Pulse, Barnes & Noble, GameStop. Pretty much just not Walmart and Target. Enjoy. So we're getting a new Jyn Erso. I know what you're saying. Why? I don't want to buy another Jyn Erso. And I get you. I get it. Except for, I mean, why not? Why not? She deserves it. She's not a bad figure, and it's not her fault that Hasbro re-released her 3 times within like a 3-month span. That's why she clogged the shelves. It's not that no one wanted her. It's that she just got released so many times. That's not her fault. But now we're getting her with actually good face printing, and that's what I'm looking forward to, because the sculpt was always there. The problem is, in 2016, 2017, they were doing this weird thing where they put absolutely no like paint on the face other than the eyes and the lips and the eyebrows or whatever, but everything else was no paint, which gives it sort of a soft focus kind of look, like going to the mall and get a glamour shots where everything just looks really fuzzy. There's no definition, there's no depth. So we're getting that fixed now on these figures, and I'm very much looking forward to replacing my Jyn Erso with one that actually looks like a person. Next, they're giving us Cassian Andor again, but unlike the original release, which was the Iadu release, which is one that I wanted. Like, I mean, he's in that outfit for like a second in the movie, whereas, you know, he has a whole outfit he wears for most of the movie. That one first got released as a multi-pack with another Jyn, same Jyn, and then a Death Trooper. So now they're taking that and just releasing it, you know, by itself. And that's what I'm looking forward to getting, because again, we're getting a better face. We're getting an outfit that he wears the whole time. So I'm looking forward to getting that one as well. Next, they're revisiting K2SO. He does not have a face that needs to be reprinted, but they are fixing the eyes. I guess the other ones were too red. These ones are supposed to be white to match what we get on screen. I don't really care. I mean, this was a droid that there were multiples of in the movie and in like the game Jedi Fallen Order. So having more of these guys isn't going to be a problem to me. So yeah, I'm going to buy one. Hasbro, if you're watching, you don't have to release this guy in the gaming greats. I don't need another reason to buy another one. If you do, yeah, I'll buy it. But like, don't, please. Then we're getting the pair, Chirrut Imwe and Baze Malbus. These are 2 that got released at the very beginning of 2017. Again, not great faces, but they're decent for the time, but it hasn't aged well, especially with the newer printing techniques. So I'm very much looking forward to getting updated. Donnie Yen has never looked more Donnie Yen in plastic form. He looks great. And then Baze Malbus, man, that's just fantastic. I love the sculpting on these, the hair, the wrinkles, all the definition is there. So I'm very much looking forward to getting these on my shelf as well. I'm getting the whole crew. But Hasbro didn't stop there. They're taking it 2 more figures deeper, I guess. Now, these aren't re-releases. These are new figures. Well, but they're pretty heavily reused now that I think about it. The first one is Anton Merrick. He is Blue Leader. He's made mostly with an X-Wing Luke body and legs, and then a Snowspeeder Luke arm, or 2 arms, I guess. He's got 2 of those. And then obviously a new helmet, or repainted helmet and new face. I think he looks pretty good, all things considered. Him just being sort of a kit bash, that's fine. I mean, for a figure like this, it makes sense. The next one is Galen Irso, Jyn Erso's dad. Sure, I mean, absolutely, why not? Of course I want that. The problem is he doesn't come with hardly anything. He comes with Death Star plans. Death Star plans he never actually held in the movie at all. It's just a reuse of an accessory that came with the Rebel Trooper. It's nice that it's not nothing, but I feel like it could have been something. Lots of things, I don't know. But the downside to these two is that they are Target exclusive. And I know, listen, I know, that sucks. I don't know what to do. It goes up for pre-order tomorrow, or if you're watching this tomorrow today, or if you're watching it afterwards, it already has up for pre-order and probably has sold out in 30 seconds. We'll find out. Hopefully, it'll be something that we can get. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to trying to track them down, but I am looking forward to getting them in my collection. And then taking a break from the Black Series for just a bit, we are moving back over to the Vintage Collection. They announced a couple more Vintage Collection things to kind of go with. They showed off the Razor Crest and like the production updates to it, and then they showed off some sort of Mandalorian figures to go along with that and build it out. So first they showed off the Mithril. Who does he have a, hold on. No, he does not have a name. He's just called the Mithril. Cool. Played by Horatio Sands, and unlike Galen Irso, he comes with like 1,000 accessories. If this came out in the 6-inch Black Series line, it would be a deluxe with all the accessories that he has. That's all I'm saying. It's not super fair, but it is what it is. They also showed off a Bo-Katan, who looks fantastic, pretty much like the one we got in the 6-inch line, but it sounds like maybe she actually has a swappable head rather than a movable helmet. I think that's what I got from there, but I wasn't super paying attention. And then also they're getting a Quill finally in the Vintage Collection line, which looks great. I actually think he looks a little bit better than the one that came out in the Black Series. I don't know how that's possible, but I mean, it does. And then finally they showed us a couple pipeline reveals. I'm very excited for all of these. In my opinion, they're all bangers. First, we have a Jedha Patrol Trooper. Awesome choice. Always love more Stormtroopers. Can't go wrong with that. Next, we're finally getting a Bib Fortuna. It's been a long time. Wait for that. So good to finally get him in the line. I'm pretty sure it's the Return of the Jedi version and not like the Mandalorian version. We're also getting a Migs Mayfeld. Now this is the disguised version, not the Season 1 version. I wish we got the Season 1 version over this one, but I'm not going to complain too much because, I mean, I like me some Migs Mayfield. We're also in the same vein. All of these are Mandalorian figures, by the way. We're getting a Fennec Shand, who's also, I guess, in Bad Batch. If you haven't watched that, it's kind of a spoiler, but she was also in the trailer, so not really. Love her. She was on my wish list. In fact, pretty much all of these were on my wish list for 2021, so I'm counting it. And then to round it out, we're getting the Nomad Boba Fett. That's basically the Boba Fett without his armor from the Mandalorian, with the robes and stuff on him. And then alternatively, we're getting Cobb Vanth, which is just some random guy on Tatooine that has Boba Fett's armor. I'm always down for Timothy Oliphant. Give me some Timothy Oliphant all day long. There were also a couple of reveals, pipeline reveals in the Vintage Collection. These are them, Bib Fortuna, Lobot, which is cool. I'm definitely want him in the Black Series. And then Cantina playset from Navarro. So that's great. Not much there, but it's something, which is, nice. And then lastly, saving it for last, because they saved it for last and teased it, and that's it. They did show off a video revealing a Black Series HasLab thing. The only thing they said about it was something that it wasn't, and that is a vehicle. So it's not a vehicle, which pretty much leaves creature or playset, I guess. My money and pretty much everyone else's money is on Rancor. Could be Bantha, I guess, too. There's a couple of big things, and it's got to be a big thing because what else warrants a HasLab release? You know what I'm saying? I'm guessing Rancor. It seems like the obvious choice, but Hasbro could surprise us. Whatever it is. And I'm just thinking off the top of my head, some really cool add-ons and stretch goals would be like Malakili or Ula, some things like that. But whatever it is, it's going to be a day one purchase for me because I'm a sucker like that. And that's that. So let me know what your favorite was. Like I said earlier, my favorite easily Bodhi Rook, but I like a lot of the stuff on here, but there was some disappointments on here. So let me know what you thought. I love to read and respond to all the comments. I'd also love to take a moment and thank these people here for supporting me on Patreon. at a Black Series level or higher. I also do have a YouTube membership if that's your thing. And yes, I do have a very messy toy room right now. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. It's a lot more work going up than it was coming down. But with that, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for getting this far, and I'll see you later. Bye.